you hate it now, but wait till you drive it.
The Kibbe and Friends Show.
What it is, bro?
Presented by Holly Performance, makers of the world's best air and fuel delivery systems. Featuring Rob Kibbe.
I don't know how to put this, but kind of a big deal.
Justin Corndog Cornett.
New guy's in the corner puking his guts out.
And show producer Bernie McPartland.
This is the DJ 3000, and it has 3 distinct varieties of inane chatter.
We're talking cars.
Do you feel this vehicle is safe for highway travel?
Yes, I do.
Diving deep on the topics that matter most.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this.
And totally redeem yourself.
And the Dukes of Hazzard. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your content.
Turn up the volume.
Turn it up.
This is the Kibbe and Friends Show.
Kibbe and Friends Show, episode number 349, take 2. Available in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Instagram, YouTube Music, YouTube, and Patreon. I'm your host, Rob Kibbe, period.
Yep, you sure are. Maybe second time's a charm.
I doubt it. With me, as always, is that lovable old jolly elf, Justin Corndog Cornett, period.
Yeah, that'll be me.
And in the glass booth of emotion with his guns, his bacon, and his Cadillacs, producer Bernie McPartland.
The internet phenomenon is here to collectively jingle your bells.
The bells are going to be jingled. So, here's the thing, kids. We have done numerous Kibbe and Friends episodes. And most of the time, the software and the systems that we use don't change. We've perfected it, you might say. And then they change it. And it makes it 3 times as hard to do the exact same job. But we are here for you because it is Christmas. And this particular Christmas, we are doing a re-review of the only Dukes of Hazzard Christmas episode. There are lots of car chases in it. There's not a lot of General Lee, but damn it, It's worth it. Season 3, episode 7, The Great Santa Claus Chase.
It's a good episode, for sure.
Now, we reviewed this in the past in audio form here on the Kibbe and Friends Show in 2022. And that's usually what we do for a rerun every year. We also did this on the Kibbe and Finnegan Show in our very first year in 2016. Me and Mike Finnegan did that one. This one is for the YouTube audience. So for those of you out there who refuse to listen to the audio broadcast, you win. This should be really fun. And frankly, this is an episode I truly love. We'll review that in the second half of the show. Tell the truth, fellas. Did you watch it? Brand new.
I did watch it again last night. It's the first time in maybe a year or so that I've seen it. It's probably been longer, but yeah, watched it all over again.
How about you, Bern?
Well, I was in video turmoil, to tell you the truth. I could have watched the episode again, knowing full well how many times you've seen it and how great a job you're going to do reviewing it again and again and again. Or I could watch Elf again, and I did. And or I could watch the video we're probably going to talk about later in the show a couple of times, and I did that. So that's the homework I did. Sorry.
So you did everything but the assignment?
Yes.
I see. Well, I hope the weather's good. Here's what we're going to do, everybody. We're going to give you our rundown of how Toys for Tots went, but we need to do one more important thing for next week. Next week is our last regular episode of 2025. Woo! We will be done broadcasting next week. We will have a Patreon show, but that'll be for the Patreon audience. So the last regular air show is next week. What do you guys want to do? So we have reviewed in the past several classics. A Christmas Story, Corndog's favorite. A Christmas Story Christmas, which was the sequel to that, which is quite good. Christmas Chronicles, that's the Kurt Russell one. Mm-hmm. Christmas Comes to Willow Creek. That's like the second Dukes of Hazzard episode for Christmas, but not.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Vacation. I removed John Schneider's Christmas cards from the list. We're not going to do that. And we can either do these fresh or we can do a rerun. I have my pick, but what do you guys want? And this is a tough pick, but I think I made the right pick.
It is tough. They're all so good on their own, just on the basis of you want it fresh or if you wanted a rerun. I was trying to think, is there anything else that would be topical that we could do? I know we had a list. We always have a list of something that's sitting on the shelf, and we always say we'll get to that one day.
Yeah.
I don't know where that list is, nor the shelf.
Well, it depends how much you want to put the automotive in automotive pop culture. There's plenty more we can do. We've never reviewed Home Alone. We've had Home Alone references, but there aren't a lot of car pulls in there that can really go far. We've certainly had Die Hard references in here. Again, I'm all in, but there won't be a lot of automotive pull for that. I think at the moment, it's one of these. We'll leave it to the listeners. If we get any good suggestions, we're open to it. But the truth is, at Christmas time, you kind of go back to your favorites. Mm-hmm. Everybody does. And it's okay. I would even go for like Miracle on 34th Street. It's a Wonderful Life. And any era works. White Christmas would be okay with me. Any of these are good. But for me, of all the ones that we've discussed so far, my vote is Christmas Vacation.
Figured that was what it would be.
It's my favorite. And it's my favorite. One. There's plenty of car stuff, but it's just my favorite, period.
Cool. Yeah. All in. All in.
All right. Christmas Vacation next week. We might do a fresh review, but I'm here to tell you the classic review is pretty and stellar. So we shall see.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Here's the Toys for Tots update 2025. Burn a little Toys for Tots music in here. As you know, we've been trying to raise $3,000, and our goal was December 5th. Whatever we had by December 5th, we were contributing. We wanted to hit $3,000, and we wanted it by December 5th so that the kids had time to use it. Now, a few neat things have come from this. Our man Cody Young from Cody Crafted, he's doing a Toys for Tots donations with real toys. I have been contacted by a local Iowa farmer Instagrammer who collects Hot Wheels. He collects hundreds, if not thousands of Hot Wheels. And he shared our campaign, and we did the same for his. He is donating as many as a few thousand Hot Wheels to Toys for Tots. So yes, we choose to do cash, but a lot of people choose to do the old-fashioned route with toys, real toys. But our goal here was $3,000. We didn't raise awareness for Toys for Tots. We're not that altruistic. But I think a few people have looked at the mission of our show here, which is to have a lot of fun, make some money, but really to be a give back thing. And they've taken action too. So again, our goal was $3,000. Last week I told you it was, drumroll bird, 3,700 and counting. As suspected though, there were a couple of double charges in there. So it's never our intent to take more than people intended to give. Those are returned immediately. It turned out there's a way to do that directly in Patreon. It was done just like that. That left us with about $2,500. That was on December 2nd. On December 2nd, I got a text from Toys for Tots. And I could not find this on their website, their social media, but I could access it just via this text. And I think it's because we've given in the past. Any past giver probably got it. It was a triple donation for the day. I think we got this for last year too. But the deal was your gift will be tripled by the end of the day, whatever you give. At that point, I had $2,000 in the account, so I just did it. So on December 2nd, I put in $2,000. We then had another $500-ish via Patreon, another $200-ish via just private donations. We had a little bit through some shirt sale profits, and we got to $2,700.
Okay.
But it's actually $6,700. So I'm going to say we made it. Hey!
Yeah. That's awesome.
That triple match is never guaranteed. I think we got that last year, maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that, and I don't remember if it was triple or if it was double, but I remember it being something along those lines.
Man, it's a deal. And I read the fine print too, like numerous times, like, is there a limit on this? I verified that it was real, number one, but this will work. So I gave what we had at the time. That was $2,000, which turned into $6,000 by the time we were all said and done. Did we hit our $3,000 goal? No, but we hit a whole lot more. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say a few people have still contacted me to say, is it too late? It was for that. What we'll do is we'll do a second donation with whatever's left on December 19th. That's Friday, December 19th. No pressure here. Patreon is the preferred way to do it if you can do it that way. What you do in Patreon is you go to upgrade your membership, and on the very next page, there'll be a dollar amount of the cost of that membership. Just type in any number you want. That's how you do that kind of custom pledge. Do not forget to change it back the next month. While we can refund your money, we can't change your donation level. We don't have that kind of power. thankfully. We're not supposed to be doing that stuff. Once you've made your donation, change it back the next month, and you are good to go. But I'm pleased. We ended up hitting a pretty good number. I don't know where the economy is right now. I can tell you I've heard of a few bigger companies starting to pull back a little next year. Not anything bad, but they're just kind of doing some like preventative saving, let's say.
You mentioned making the donation through Patreon. So what if someone was not a Patreon member, but they wanted to make the donation? How would they go about?
The number one best way to do is just to sign up for our Patreon club.
A one-time thing.
Yeah, patreon.com/KF show. Just go in. And if you could only do 1 month, sign up for 1 month and then cancel it the next month. If that's how it has to work, please do it that way.
Yeah.
A few people that I do know through the show did send private donations to me. I'm very thankful of that. I prefer something more publicly accountable, though. I want people to see the dollars go through in a place that everybody can publicly access. And while I'm honest, you know.
That forehead and those eyebrows can be deceiving.
Yeah, the people that gave it are people that I know. I'm okay with that. But in general, I don't want to receive hundreds and thousands of just dollars to me privately. I don't want to do it that way. So patreon.com/KF show is the best place to go if you're a current or a new person to do that. We'll take whatever's left by December 19th. We will send that into Toys for Tots as well. Good?
Good.
Everybody good? All right. Thank you all so much for that. This was a big deal for us. Steve Beegler, you by far went above and beyond. Steve texted me numerous times on the deadline day and said, where are we? Did we make it? I'll do a $200 match today. I need to give Steve some final stats here, and he can do a little match if he'd like to, but we got there, gang. We did all right.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, topical news. The new Gymkhana is out with Travis Pastrana, and it is amazing.
That's
Oh
a good
gosh.
word for that. I watched it twice. It was just great. I love videos like that. I love the time and effort that goes into putting something like that together. The talent and the driving is amazing, but the way it's put together, presented, the camera angles, the pacing, I just love it. It was just terrific.
I've never seen a Subaru Brat look that cool.
Ever. Somewhere Ken Block is smiling. This is, I don't know how I feel about saying it this way. This may be the best Gymkhana I have seen in 10 years, maybe 5 years. My last most favorite Gymkhana was kind of the Hollywood themed one, you know, where he's like tearing through, geez, is it Warner Brothers or Paramount? One of the backlots. I thoroughly liked that one just because of the venue. But this one is Travis Pastrana in a hopped up Subaru Brat. It's directed by Brian Scotto, so it's got all of Brian's touches in it. Whenever the turbo goes off and the nitro pops out of the turbo, you hear the
Yeah.
It's incredible. All filmed in Australia. I didn't take enough notes to see where all of the filming locations were, but at one point, are they running with the Australian supercars? I think they are. It's kind of like their NASCAR, but on a road course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, he's kind of weaving in and out and goes off into the dirt a couple of times and just does some fantastic stunts. I don't want to give it all away, but that's another touch in another location that you can't imagine the planning that went into that, I'm sure. And then it's pulled off like it was just the most natural thing in the world. It's just terrific. And he's having the time of his life where it appears in the cockpit of the Subaru. Just wonderful. His expressions.
Yeah.
You know, he's completely at one with that machine. He's having the time of his life from the neck up.
He gets pretty wide-eyed quite a few times.
Yes,
so
he
I think he surprised himself many times.
I didn't know I could do that. That's awesome.
All right. So Travis Pastrana is wearing a flannel shirt, a mustache, a helmet, goggles, and I hope pants. But I wouldn't be shocked if he weren't.
I hope not. This is not a pants situation.
No gloves. I mean, it was basically like he walked off the street, threw a helmet on, and ripped out.
The car is a 78 Subaru Brat called the Bratteroo 9500 Turbo. The scenes are all throughout Australia. Again, I don't claim to know all of the exact scenes. There's one scene where it's an all-wheel drive, kind of like all the Gymkhana cars. It's an all-wheel drive car, Subaru, and just like Ken Block did, Travis takes advantage of that. So at one point, he's on a dock, a boat-going dock, and he hangs the left rear off the dock.
Yes.
while the other 3 wheels are keeping him going and from going backwards into the water. And then at one point he stops on the dock. And as you guys know, a Subaru Brat famously has 2 seats in the back facing backwards for your passengers in the bed. And his buddies get in, and then he whips 360s for a good long while, like a sickening amount of time. And I've got to mention that many people barfed during that. I don't know how many times they filmed that.
And it wasn't like a 360 like circle round and round. It was spinning top because it was all-wheel drive. So it's spinning in one place.
It's as if the car had a pole rammed through the center of it, locked into the ground, and he just turned the wheel left and floored it with all 4 wheels. There's one scene in particular, though, that does remind me of one of the John Candy movies we just reviewed, Cannonball Run 3. That movie starts out with the Lamborghini Countach eventually skipping across a lake to get away from the bad guys. And we thought, I wonder how they did that. That looks fake. They do that in this Gymkhana. I believe it's real.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure
because
looks real.
They did it again at the very end. And there again, I don't want to give it away, but it had some depth to the water. Now, how they went about doing it, I have no clue, but skid plates across the entire bottom. But
I was wondering that because I saw the skid plates in one of the aerial shots, and that would certainly help if you're going a buttload of fast when you hit that water and you got all 4 paddles doing their thing. It's feasible. Camera perspective will throw off a little bit how far the trek across the water was, and you can't tell deep and all that, but it's cool. And they took the time to show it from a lot of angles, trying to convince you this is real. So I bought it. Sure, why not? It's awesome.
Yeah. There's another few scenes that are just nice touches, but there's one scene that kind of has like a San Francisco vibe to it. Big hills up and down, just city streets. And he's going up one big hill, and he goes up and over the hill. And then you come from the other side, and you can see he's jumping over a road closed barricade. And his rear tire just kisses it.
Just nicks it.
It doesn't fall down. It just wobbles for a second, and it rights itself. It is so cool.
What amazes me is like when they're going through the downtown streets, and they're going to make a turn, say a right turn, but the road is not a 90-degree angle. It's going backwards at a 45, and they'll slide the car to where they're going into the turn backwards so that when it slows down, and that's amazing to me how they can time it out just right to where it works out just perfectly.
Numerous cameos in here, far more than I understand. Several Subaru cameos. So other Subaru drivers, maybe other Subaru YouTubers, certainly the Australian Supercars series, more than we can count. And it is a Brian Scotto directed thing, and it has his touches all over it. It's awesome. So from a bunch of fans to a bunch of creators, thank you. This thing's amazing. It is a great way for people like us and the people that like our shows to end the year. It is nothing but entertainment. That's how we want to see cars slung.
See it on the biggest screen in your house. See it as loud as you can, too.
It's totally worth it. Ken Block is proud. That's for sure.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, action.
Speaking of proud, I won't be proud of this. Bern, what's the weather today?
Hopefully you will be proud because it's a high of 44 and just below 33 will be the temps that this weekend they'll see. Clouds will be about, but no snow just yet. But maybe some rain is a pretty good bet. It's called Christmas City in this weather story we tell. So a Merry Christmas to all from the town of Noel, Missouri. Located along the Elk River, the population was 2,124 of the last census, up 1,832 people of the last census. A booming microtropolis.
How do you spell Noel?
How do I spell it?
How do they spell it? I'm just curious.
Noel. Capital N-O-E-L.
Does it have the dots?
No, this was the English translation.
My daughter Noelle is Noelle. We just like that name. But I knew a girl in high school who was Noelle. I can't remember if she had the umlaut. What do you call the 2 dots? What's the name of that thing? Goes above the O.
I was just called them bug eyes.
What was the weather this weekend, Noelle?
Well, high of 44 and just below 33 degrees. You could take that as freezing if you wanted to get real literal. Maybe some clouds, some rain a little bit later on. There's been worse, I'm sure. There's seasoned people in Noel, capital Noel, Missouri.
Whose population just doubled.
Pretty much, yeah. They must have opened a Sonic there.
Mm-hmm. Dollar General.
True that.
Excellent weather, Burn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Not a Christmas gift, but I do have some interesting news here. Can you see this?
Yes.
Some sort of instrument cluster.
This is a non-sponsored, probably complimentary for Atlanta speedometer. This is a spare cluster set. So my son Dallas has a 85.5 Porsche 944, and it now has just over 60,000 miles on it. When we bought the car, the tach did not sweep, but the tach itself gauge has other functions, and those did work. And there's a little mile per gallon needle on the bottom of there. And there's a little yellow shift light that pops up that's tied to the computer, and that worked, but the tach itself did not sweep. Well, this last year, the Speedo itself stopped sweeping. I verified that it wasn't the sensor on the rear end. I swapped sensors, didn't change it, and then I had bought, this is just a used set of gauges that I bought off of eBay, threw this in there, and it worked fine. So like, crap, okay, that's it. So I found this place called Atlanta Speedometer, sent it to them last week, and I said, here's what I need. And for a couple of $100, they refurbished everything, recalibrated it. The problem is this. See all that circuit stuff on the back?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what they had to figure out. I took the gauges out. The gauges are all electronic inside. There's nothing I can service other than replacing things and changing obvious broken stuff. I don't know what else I can do, but for a couple $100, they fixed it. I'm excited for that.
That's just great money to spend on things like that, people who specialize on little things like that. Things that you probably, if given a millennia and a soldering iron, could go in and figure out some parts of it. But someone who could just take it, yeah, we can do that, and send it back to you. It's just fantastic.
Well,
Great.
while I was at it, I said, hey, whenever we fill the gas gauge, it never goes to full. I can't tell you how many hours I dinked around on YouTube, like making my own test rigs, trying to make the needles move, and I did. But if they had like a pulsed wave, you had to simulate it with a bolt, and it was really hard to do. They just calibrated everything. It should all sweep. It'll be like a brand new 40-year-old car.
Yeah.
That's,
As long as
gonna be
your
awesome.
sending unit is working fine, then it should be like new, right?
It should be. And most of the problems that I had, I Googled, and they are common for these cars at this age. Just happens.
I wonder if the fuel thing, I wonder if it's really calibrated, or if it's calibrated now for American gas, and maybe German petrol weighs differently, and it was calibrated for that.
Duh.
Yeah.
Speaking of a floater, up next is the one and only producer extraordinaire, the man, the myth, the legend, the self-loving, I was going to say self-loathing, but self-loving sounds more right. Award-winning producer Bernie McPartland with the news you need to know. Take it away, Bert.
Wow.
Loader.
That's the one for the week right there. News sponsored by the staff at National Parts Depot, serving us in the hobby now for their 49th year. Just a short time, fellers. It won't be 49 anymore. So remember, all month, or at least most of it, at NPD, it's a December to Refender. And President Rick Schmidt, in his red Santa cap, still has automotive carpet without the nasty nap. Away bad prices and catalog vixens. NPD has been here since just after Nixon. So call them today and avoid a parts plight. Maybe get some headlights to see into a good night. Start your parts exploration today. 800-874-7595 and npdlink.com. They find, they source, they stock the best. There is a difference, and they got the goods.
I like that one.
Thank you. Oh, it's still my turn.
Yeah, you're still up. Would you like to be done? Yeah?
Yeah, 70's coming. Well, the Instagram account for our man, Clay Milliken.
I'm a man.
The account on there, he was speaking about the Rick Ware racing team. Listen to this, fellers. It says, quote, Our NASCAR Cup Series operation will switch to Chevrolet in 2026. Going to fast forward a bit here. The multi-year partnership with Team Chevy includes a technical alliance with RCR Racing, that's Richard Childress Racing for those of you south of us, in which we'll use engines prepared by ECR engines. End of quote. Now, ECR is just this little shop out of North Carolina. They built some power plants that won the 2018 Rolex 24-hour race. They won Daytona 500. They've a couple of other wins, a couple of hundred other wins. So that's cool.
I'm interested to see where that's going to go. So Rick Ware is a smaller team on the NASCAR side. Rick Ware is a very diverse team. NHRA, I want to say that they do motor. I don't know. Out of my lanes there. Whatever they compete in, they compete at the highest level. Mm-hmm. That's interesting on the Ford side because Clay got me and Dallas in there this past summer. And I wonder what this change will mean for the War Room. And the War Room is where they sit on Sunday, where they have TVs and manufacture live data, both from, I guess it'll now be Chevy instead of Ford, and all of the other teams that run that manufacturer as well. That will be interesting. And I wish that stuff were highlighted in racing better. It's for the average casual fan to realize, yeah, the cars sort of look the same on the track. For us, they don't, but for the average person, they do. But the manufacturers are very involved in racing, enormously involved in racing. But are they getting the notoriety and the credit for it? I don't know. There's a lot more going on between Ford, Chevy, Toyota, and whoever's about to enter, maybe a couple players, than people know right now.
CAFE emission standards are getting a rollback to 2022 standards if things go the way that they're going to go. The government announced it was doing away with some of the previous guidelines that were causing the major car makers some trepidation and a little manufacturing trouble. CAFE standards, basically, if you don't know what that means, it's basically that cars get more efficient over time. So the standards that was set in the last administration said they should increase about 2% a year in efficiency year over year. This rollback, if it goes through, will set that standard back to a 0.5% increase in efficiency year over year. The changes right now are in a public comment phase before the Department of Transportation adopts them, and then they become for real. Some manufacturer chat I've seen on LinkedIn and some other things are kind of, well, this is really going to open up the game for some of the other models that they had to put on hold. And now they're switching some plans around, which is no new news to us here, but there you go. Sales numbers are in for the November 2025, and according to Automotive News, showing notable declines in EV, again, not much news, since the end of the tax credit, in no particular order. The Hyundai Ioniq 5, sales down 59%. The Kia EV6, 68% down from the last measurement. Ford F-150 Lightning, down 72%. The Honda Prologue down 87%. Now, not all bad news. There were some offsets to help. In Hyundai, for example, they charged up 42% in their hybrid cells. Honda set a new sales record in their hybrids.
I think that the electric F-150 just fizzled out. I think the others got some legs. It may be 10 years from now or 5 years from now, but I don't know.
I hope it does, and I can't wait because there's a place for it, and there's some applications, and sure, we're car guys. Bring it on. Yeah. Well, it's getting too complicated to be entertained. It's just getting miserably complicated. But it might be a done deal for Netflix to buy out Warner Brothers, if you haven't heard about this. Quoting on your hometown TV station, Rob, maybe hometown, I don't know if you can get it or not, station KCCI says the cash and stock deal valued at $27.75 per share, per Warner share, that is, giving it a total overall value $82.7 billion. That's including all the debt, thank you very much. But then,
a counter offer
from Paramount. Actually, something Paramount has been trying to do for several weeks. Now, Paramount will go straight to the Warner Brothers shareholders with its own deal, so we'll see how that shakes out. But when asked if the deal to buy Warner Brothers included its recently separated cable ventures included, and that would be CNN, Warner Brothers officials just said simply, nope.
That's all, folks.
The Paramount deal is everything but CNN.
Everything but the cable ventures.
Okay,
CNN
everything but the
in that.
cable ventures.
I think
Okay.
Paramount Plus is in that as well, which gets a little confusing.
Okay, selfishly, I just want to know, who do we got to talk to get the rights to sell Dukes of Hazzard stuff when Netflix or Paramount buys them?
We just added another layer.
Because it's Viacom now, right? Or I don't know who all it is.
Well, I'm hoping Netflix will see the value in the Dukes of Hazzard and at least put it on where you can stream it, you know, on a regular basis without jumping through a bunch of hoops and having to buy DVDs and whatnot. Just put it out there where you can watch it.
Boy, we could have some pool there, couldn't we? If they did that, we could get everybody listening and watching right now to go. They all probably have Netflix accounts, and then just stream it, just like for a week solid.
Yeah.
Have you done the Netflix party where you watch a movie with somebody else who's in their own house in whatever state they live in and you watch it together?
No, I saw that when I had an account, but I never did do that. Thought it was really cool, though, that you could.
This is the company you used to rent DVDs from in the mail.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I do remember us getting DVDs in the mail and from Netflix. So it's kind of crazy how fast that changed.
Yes, it is.
Is it Mr. Death or something? He's come about the reaping?
The pop culture section, the Kibbe and Friends study of dead people and other fun facts. This is a hard one here. December 3rd, we lost great guitarist Steve Cropper. You may not know him, but you will in a second. He was influencing, he played with Booker T and the MGs. He backed up Otis Redding, Wilson Pickett, Sam and Dave. He was the guitarist in the Blues Brothers band, the guy with the big beard and long hair on the sides like that. He also had a hand in the song best known back in the 70s disco era. The song was called Knock on Wood. Remember that one? Thank you for the reminder, Bosco P. Autry, where the P stands for pertinent facts. Rolling Stone ranked him 36th on their list of 100 greatest guitarists.
He was awesome in Blues Brothers. I know that.
Yes, he was. Sunday, December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor Day. Sadly, I didn't see a lot of media coverage on that, any remembrance, so I watched Pearl Harbor, the movie, paid tribute that way. December the 8th, 1980, John Lennon from the Beatles was shot in New York. Do you know who the Beatles are, Rob?
Yeah, aren't they the British guys? They had trouble crossing a street once.
They caught him mid-stride.
Every time we go across a crosswalk with Dallas, they say, "Hey, we're the Beatles." Yeah. Yes, I've heard of the Beatles.
Kids his age actually know that reference.
They do.
Monday, December 8th, National Time Travelers Day. You know what the most popular, if you could, there was a survey and they said, if you could go, what's the most popular time period you would pick? A majority of the audience said 1946 to 1954. Just after the war, just into the mid-50s.
Yeah.
A tremendous time in America for innovation and big thinking, and things were simpler. Just a great, great time in the country. A lot of people wanted to go back to that. In second place, the 1970s.
Ugh.
Anywhere in the 70s. Oh, the 70s were awesome.
They were?
I don't know what you missed.
I was 3.
Yeah, you don't know what you missed. The 80s, I think, overall were better than the 70s, but the 70s were awesome. They were just terrific. December 9th, 1965. You should know this one. Charlie Brown Christmas airs for the very first time.
Definitely. That's a good one.
Remember the title sponsor?
No, I don't. What is it?
Dolly Madison, the bakery, the little snack cakes.
Oh, they used to sell the zingers
Yeah.
that would have Charlie Brown on them.
Yeah. December birthdays, actress Lucy Liu, 57. I think she was in Kill Bill, the trilogy there.
She was also a Charlie's Angel.
She was a Charlie's Angel, yes. Kim Basinger, 72. Some NASCAR birthdays. Kevin Harvick celebrating 50. Ryan Newman celebrating 48 years. A fun random fact before we quit. The average shower temperature, 101 degrees. True or false in your house? Probably true in mine. I love a hot shower.
Oh, probably true. The real question is, how long do you take a shower? I think my wife can average less than 1 minute. I'm more of a 5 to 7 minute guy. The teenage boy in our house, hour 20. I don't know. Wow. We never seem to run out of hot water somehow. I don't know how that's possible, but we don't.
Terrific. Thank you, NPD. We all have our parts to play in life. You've done your part to make this newscast happen. That is your news.
Excellent news, Bern. And do I have news for you? I did not forget the automotive celebrity ancillary birthday, but it was buried under this stupid new computer setting and I couldn't find it. So up next is the shortened edition of the December automotive ancillary celebrity birthday game. You will each get the option of either the name or the reference of said celebrity or the reference that they were in. If you choose the reference and you get it right, you get more points. You'll then get a clip. You have to answer a question about the clip, one automotive question therein, and then their age within 1 year this December of 2025. Who would like to go first?
Still processing the rules.
We'll say Corndog.
Small print. Yeah, I'll go.
Corndog, you are up first. Now, I've got to click several buttons now to do the same thing I did before. Would you like the name or the reference?
Name.
Okay. The name is Marissa Tomei. Here is your reference.
Watch this.
Because Chevy didn't make a 327 in 55. The 327 didn't come out till 62. And it wasn't offered in the Bel Air with a 4-barrel carb till 64. However, in 1964, the correct ignition timing would be 4 degrees before top dead center.
It's difficult for me to not play far, far more from that fantastic movie and scene. But do you know what the reference is?
Yes, it's My Cousin Vinny. And I love where Joe Pesci, he's like, watch this, and he kicks
Watch
back,
this.
and he's like, oh, this is good.
Oh, after he's gone through the whole thing. Does the defendant's case hold water? Here's the question. What was the car in the movie, My Cousin Vinny, that actually made the getaway tire marks? And remember, there were 2 equal patches of equal length where one of the tires had to hop a curb.
The 2 Utes.
The 2 Utes.
Were in a Tempest, I believe, correct?
You are right.
But you said the one that actually made the tire marks.
I want the other one.
Would be a Corvette.
No. There was only 2 cars that had independent rear suspension from GM, and as Marissa Tomei said, one could never be the Corvette.
Okay, one was the Corvette, and the other was
the same
Tempest.
the same
Similar
color, the same
okay.
tire.
Oh, come on, what was it? It wasn't a Skylark, was it?
It was, and we've got them backwards. The boys were in the Skylark, and the car that laid the patch was the Tempest. So the car that actually made the tire marks was the Tempest, which had independent rear suspension.
Okay.
I got that wrong. You got it right anyway without me, so within 1 year, how old is Marissa Tomei this month of December 2025?
Let's go with...
Oh, she may as well be ageless. She's also Aunt May in the Spider-Man movies.
59.
Do you know?
No.
Bing. She's currently 60. She'll turn 61 this month. So right now she's 60. You win. You get a full suite. Perfect cake there. Bern, you are up next. You got the tough one. Name or reference?
Name.
The name is Jonah Hill. Here is your reference.
All right. You look like a future pedophile in this picture, number 1. Number 2, it doesn't even have a first name. It just says McLovin.
What? What name? What name? Who are you, Seal?
All right, Bern. Did you hear that? Do you need to hear it again?
I heard it.
All right. What do you think that reference was from in that breakout Jonah Hill movie?
Well, that was it. I was figuring it was a very early one, and I don't know it. I'm a Jonah Hill fan somewhat, but I don't know that reference.
It's the fake ID of fake IDs that they're talking about. McLovin from Hawaii. The Iowa F-16 National Guard base had a fighter pilot nicknamed McLovin. All right. The name of the movie is Superbad.
Oh.
It's hilarious. Awesome movie. But that's not the automotive question, so no points for the reference. In the movie 21 Jump Street, starring Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill play cops that have to go undercover to high school, just like the TV show. What was the cool car they drove to high school in 21 Jump Street?
Never saw it. No clue.
Oh, man. Really?
Really.
Corndog, you know?
I don't have a clue.
Oh, you guys are missing out. You love it.
Apparently so.
It's a 73 split bumper Camaro. All right, no points there. Oh, that's such a shame. Oh, yeah, you need to go look at that. That is a hilarious movie, and so is the sequel. Within 1 year, Baron, how is Jonah Hill this month of December 2025?
He looks young to me. I'm thinking of the other movies I've seen him in, like Moneyball and things like that. He seemed pretty young. 40?
Yeah.
He didn't look old when I saw him in these movies, and I know these movies were a few years old now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him over 45.
Okay. What's your final answer? Do you want to cheat a little more first? Or okay, 40, yes. He's currently 41. He'll turn 42 this month. You get the point. But Corndog gets the win for getting more points and not cheating. Way to go, gang.
I do like him in Moneyball. That's a good movie.
That's a very good movie. Visit ronfrancis.com. Do a little Christmas shopping for yourself while you still have time. I would try to get your order in before the week is over so they can ship it out of the eastern part of the United States to wherever you are if you have need for help. That is what they are there for. 800-292-1940. Go to ronfrancis.com. Please tell them that we sent you. Tell Scott Bowers thank you and Merry Christmas from us. And tell him thank you for sponsoring the podcast shows. He'll know exactly what it means. I'm confident we're the only one. Okay. With that said, it is time to get the Dukes of Hazzard review. And like this show, the Dukes of Hazzard review is presented to you by Holly. Now, Holly is related to Christmas because it's Holly, but it's a different Holly. There's Holly, which is the Christmassy thing. Holly! And there's Holly, Holley, which is our thing. Carburetors and fuel injection stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the holidays are running through December 31st with 30% off thousands of products. And Corndog, because it's Christmas, we're going to go to something you know. Last week, we did the Holley Classic 750 with vacuum secondaries carburetor. This week, we do one more classic, maybe an even bigger classic, the Holley 600. Vacuum secondaries, the same one that's been on every small block Ford and Chevy since the dawn of hot rodding in time. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with this carburetor, but do you need some updates? Do you need some facts?
Yeah, go on and lay it on me. I think this might be the same one I can't remember what I ordered for my 69 Charger.
This is the all aluminum. The part number is 80458SA carburetor, designed for hot rodders, mildly built engines, but it's a 600 CFM, so it's a smaller 4-barrel.
Yeah.
Dual feed. It does have vacuum secondaries. It does have an electric choke. It's polished. It is not the gold. It's the polished aluminum look. Compatible with GM, Chrysler, and Ford automatic transmission kickdown linkage. It's a brand new Holley 600, and it's got the sight level on it for fuel. You know, the clear one.
Right.
Power valve, blowout protection, all this stuff. It's just a good old-fashioned but brand new Holley 600. Hard to beat. My buddy Aaron had one on his 66 Mustang in high school. Now, what would this baby go for? And I can tell you that it is on sale here. It's Christmas, you know.
Let's go with $450-ish.
On sale?
No.
Uh-oh. We're going out of business.
I haven't bought one in a while.
Let me tell you this. If you got the price with it was on sale, you were within $15.
Okay.
The sale price is $464.95. The current MSRP is $582.
I wasn't too bad off.
Not too bad. Shipping is free, and right now they have Affirm. And Affirm allows you to purchase with financing at 0%. This particular carburetor, if you need it, you can do $42 a month till you get it paid off. That's not so bad.
No. Yeah, just add a few more things on there.
That's the problem with financing. He's like, well, just click this, click this, click this.
Get the little chrome dress-up kit.
Remember on my first vehicle, 65 Ford pickup, 352, short bed truck. Got it from my grandfather after he passed. And that was one of the very first upgrades. Dad and I took the old intake off of it. We went junkyarding and got a 4-barrel intake off of a Galaxy or something, 4-barrel iron intake, and brought it home and walked through all that and put it on there and got a 600 and put on there. What a difference. That truck woke up.
Yeah.
It was nice. I still remember that. Put your foot on the floor and then you wait for those secondaries and here they come.
And this is that same still classic thought. Now it's modern. It's the modern equivalent thereof, but it looks like a Holley carburetor. It doesn't look like a different style. It looks like a straight up Holley, which is for a lot of people what you want. but it performs like a holly too. So holly.com is where you go. Please tell them when you buy, thank them for sponsoring this show all year long. You have to do it either in person, on the phone, or via email or social media. Holly.com is where you go. Again, Holly, thank you for sponsoring us all year long and bringing us the jolly, cheap deals. Hopefully this isn't the one they hear where they find out Corndog was cheaper than them, because of course then we're doomed. But 'tis the season. Alrighty, here we go. Up next is the Dukes of Hazzard Christmas Review.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm.
This is Season 3, Episode 9, titled The Great Santa Claus Chase, written by Martin Roth, directed by Denver Pyle, Uncle Jesse himself. Original air date December 19th, 1980. That's 45 years ago, and here's the show preview right here.
On the Dukes, it's a typical Hazzard holiday gathering with lots of surprises.
There ain't no trees.
Huh?
We was hijacked.
Go after him, go after him. Yeah, we, who, what?
He was that white bearded, red suited drunk. There's nothing sacred. Ho, ho, ho! Hang on. We're the day before Christmas, and oh, what a mess. So don't go away, you hear?
I love this episode. I'm just telling you straight up. It's not a great episode for the General Lee, except for one jump and a couple of chases, but I love this episode. Before we dig into it, Corndog, does this one matter? Like, in the 7 seasons of Dukes of Hazzard and multiple movies and all that, does this episode matter?
I would say yes, but not for the car scene. When you think Dukes of Hazzard, you're usually thinking of car chases, and you're thinking of crashes and, of course, jumps with the General Lee, but this one doesn't have a whole lot of that. It does have some good stunt scenes as far as like everybody sliding into one area and no one hitting each other.
Yeah.
For the storyline, this one's probably has one of the better storylines of the series.
Well, here's the IMDb summary. And again, we reviewed this, the three of us here, 3 years ago in episode 247. And it was on the original Kibbe and Finnegan show in episode 15 back in 2016. I love when we re-review these because it gives me the chance to go back. This time, it's been 3 years. I have not seen it for 3 years. And this one is like a Christmas story to me. I won't watch it until it's Christmas season. You know, it's not in a regular rotation, and I'm so happy when I see it. And this is a unique, very standalone episode, as we'll discuss. Here's the IMDb summary. Yeah. Boss hires a trio of criminals to hijack a load of Christmas trees bound for Hazzard, knowing that Bo and Luke are responsible for the deliveries and receipt of a $500 down payment. With the community convinced that the Dukes had stolen the funds, the crooks each dress as Santa Claus and break into Boss's safe to retrieve the stolen money. Bo, Luke, and Cooter eventually team to give Boss and the bad guys a lesson in confusion. In the end, Boss, who has played the part of Scrooge throughout the episode, gets a lesson in the meaning of the season.
That sounds pretty good. Pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's in the ballpark. Really quite well. DVD summary. You know who's naughty? Boss, that's in parentheses. And who's nice? The Dukes, also in parentheses. So guess who plots a Christmas tree heist? Question mark. Sucks.
They were just ready to go home that day.
Just packed it in. Alrighty. Here's my summary. My third summary, I think. 'Tis the season to be jolly, Burn. In possibly the most unique standalone 80s cliche Christmas episode of a family TV series ever, this one single standalone Christmas Dukes of Hazzard pulls every trick in the book to become a classic piece of Americana you'll watch every Christmas. It has all the stuff. It has 6 car chases. It has only one chase with a General Lee in it, and despite that, it's awesome. We will get a full reenaction of the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol, but it's actually more close to Scrooge McDuck than Ebenezer Scrooge. There are a minimum of 6 humans dressed as Santa in one car chase at one time, in a massive they went this way, no they went that way type of car chase. When the bad guys get caught, Cletus calls them merry men. The boar's nest is decorated because dive bars decorated at Christmas are fantastic, that's why. There are carols, there are hot chocolates, there are high heels for some reason. And this episode ends on the message of what Christmas is all about, unconditional forgiveness, topped with jingle bells flying overhead. I give this one 10 perfect Little Debbie Christmas cakes.
Cool.
I love this episode. And it's not a great generally episode. There are a lot of car chases on it, and they're the same chase for the most part over and over again. But I truly enjoyed it. Do you know where it was filmed? Are there any unique filming locations? It all looks pretty stock stuff to me.
I didn't really pay that close attention to this. I would say it's probably Lake Sherwood, more than likely, because during that time, they did a lot there at Sherwood.
The filming locations to me are pretty great. Now, this is season 3. You know, as a reminder, for those that are new to this, especially via YouTube, the Dukes of Hazzard ran 7 seasons. The first season was a half season, started in January, ended in May. In that season, it was ranked number 20. In season 2, it was ranked number 9 in the country. In this season, its highest season, it was number 2. In its next season, it was number 6. Then in the 5th season, it dropped into the 30s with Coy and Vance, and it never recovered after that. It still had millions of viewers, far more than most any show today other than maybe the NFL, but back then that's not enough. But this season, it's at its height. The episode is directed by Denver Pyle, and that's Uncle Jesse. He will direct, I think about a dozen Dukes of Hazzard episodes, and this is his second. This episode is unique. When the show starts, there's no music. It's a quiet town square. I think this might be the only episode that starts with no music.
Yeah, because usually you hear banjos playing and the balladeer will start off kind of bringing you up to speed.
Yes.
But this one doesn't do that. I didn't even catch that.
You know what? That's why we review this over and over again. I didn't catch it until this time. But it starts with a quiet town square. And Waylon then comes in and says, this is a peaceful Christmas. This is as white Christmas as you're ever going to get in Hazzard County. Or is it? Because I noticed something at the end. Now, the end of the episode is also unique. It closes with a pull-away shot from the family farm, and then it pulls out through a wreath while a choir sings. It's the only episode where they show us, we know you're on TV. And I love it for that. The gist of the episode really is a Christmas carol. Boss Hogg really is supposed to be Scrooge. So the grand wizard that he is, Boss Hogg, has a monopoly on Christmas trees, like real Christmas trees. I know Bernie doesn't, but Corndog, do you have a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree?
No, we have an artificial tree.
So do we.
I was probably a kid the last time I lived somewhere where we had a actual real tree. It's been a while.
I like having a fake tree because I leave it up for like 8 weeks. And my mom was allergic to real trees, but when I was a kid, we did have real trees. I think in this day and age, it was very common for you to have a real Christmas tree. And kind of like in A Christmas Story, you got it really late. You got it almost at Christmas time.
Well, it would dry out. You know, I mean, yeah, you can add water to it.
Less shelf life.
Yeah. But it was really odd to me that they were getting their tree Christmas Eve. You know, I guess going on the storyline, it was Christmas Eve, but maybe they were supposed to get it the day before Christmas Eve. But yeah, that's kind of strange to me that they would wait that long.
I think this episode is supposed to take place over 2 days. And I think we start on the 23rd. And Cooter apparently runs the Boy Scouts. And the Boy Scouts fundraisers, they sold Christmas trees. He sends Bo and Luke to get him in a truck. Boss Hogg has the truck hijacked. While Bo and Luke are untying themselves, the bad guys paint the truck and relicense the truck. And then drive the same truck to town, where Boss Hogg tells the town, Bo and Luke have stole your trees, but I bought you a new replacement truck. And this gets the town against the Dukes. That's the gist of the episode. The bad guys that Boss has hired decide to double cross him after they realize how much money he's made. And they dress up as Santa Claus and they come to rob him. Now, why they dress as Santa Claus to rob him, I don't know.
Yeah.
To clear their name, Bo and Luke and Cooter also dress as Santa Clauses, and they drive identical debranded Ford pickups that sound really weird.
Yeah.
They sound like straight sixes with no exhaust or something like that. And they go deliver all those stolen trees back as Santa Claus, so that while they're being chased by Boss or Roscoe or Cletus, this guy will be going this way, this will be in east, this guy will be going south, and hopefully they'll all be confused. And at the same time, they catch up with the bad guys who are dressed in Santa Claus suits, and you have 6 Santas all at one time.
It's kind of like they took a piece of the episode with Kel Yarbrough, and it was the same kind of deal, where it's like, okay, they're going over here. No, they're going over there. And it's just get everybody turned around. But it's almost like they did that and dipped it into this episode.
We have an enormous amount of audio clips for you audio listeners that you're going to find at the end of this episode. Hopefully, Kirk Hansen, our editor, has been able to weave in a few video clips that are usable or stills, but numerous people in here. There's some special actors that are in this one, and specifically the guy that plays that leader of the bad guys. His name is Woody Strode. Woody Strode calls Boss Hogg an old geezer. Woody Strode was 16 years older than Boss Hogg in real life. Woody Strode was born in 1914. He died in 1994 at the age of 80. Wow. In 1956, he played the king of Ethiopia in the movie The Ten Commandments. This man lived through the golden age of Hollywood. He did a great job in this episode. The two bad guys that are his cronies, one of them's a repeat actor that comes back in another Dukes of Hazzard episode, but it's a pretty stock episode. Boss's goal is to get Bo and Luke behind bars and make a bunch of money and stick it to the poor. Now, Roscoe does something he rarely does. He catches the Dukes. He has to drive after them and catch them, and he does.
Yeah, but he catches them in his car.
Yeah, it's not General Lee versus...
A load of dirt gets dropped on it. So, yeah.
I truly enjoy when Roscoe has to commandeer a car because he can't say the word. So here's Roscoe trying to commandeer a car.
Hold it right there. Just freeze it right there. Just move it over there. I'm commanding this. Come on. I'm taking this vehicle over. I'm in hot pursuit.
Commandeering.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was really the true James Best.
You think so?
It'd be funnier if it was.
I enjoy how much people believe in Santa Claus in this episode. Cletus at one point, well, let me just play it for you because Cletus gets verklempt when he thinks that Santa is stealing from people.
Has who? Lost who? Santa Claus. He stole the boss's Christmas trees.
Santa Claus did?
Well, it ain't the real Santa Claus. No, it ain't the real one.
What am I saying?
You said it wasn't the real. I know what I said.
Again, this is an episode made for kids. It's very funny. We have one old guy from, like a bar patron. And he goes, we ain't got no trees for Christmas. I don't know what we're going to do. That's in this episode. It's so classic. There is a General Lee jump in this episode, though. There's one chase. Where's the car lot? So they drive by a used car lot, and there's a car carrier unloading cars, and it just happens to have some ramps down. Right after it backs that black Grand Prix off, that car's slick.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. You don't see many of that body style. I don't know what year it is, but some mid-70s era Grand Prix.
Is that a car lot that we see used in other episodes?
You probably do. I'm sure it becomes used for this scene here. And for that day, it just worked to make it a car lot because it worked with the storyline of the hauler unloading a bunch of cars at the lot. There again, I imagine that's probably at Lake Sherwood as well. Do you remember the episode where they did the dragonfly thing where it was like you're at a dead stop, you drag race as fast as you can to hit the ramp, and then you fly as far? I believe this is probably the same area where they did that scene as well.
Okay.
I don't remember which episode that was.
Oh, that's season 4, Goodbye General Lee, the first wide push bar episode. That's the one where Luke gets amnesia.
Yeah. I want to say it was Cletus. He turns around and follows them and does it with the police car as well. That to me, just going off of memory, that kind of seems like it might be the same location.
Okay.
I would say that that's going to be Sherwood.
The jump that the general does is pretty fun because it's the jump that you think you're when in high school, every time like you see like a guy with a pickup that does lawn service that leaves the trailer down for a mower. you always think,
again, if you're at a car lot and you see the transporter with the ramps down, you think, I wonder if I can jump
hit that. The approach is real. When the general's climbing up the ramps, you're looking up the ramps at it. That's real. And then they go to the side camera and you see the platform, like the wood ramp that it actually used. And that's fine. And it does a low tail landing, but that's the only jump you get. But at least it's a jump.
You do get to see some carnage, as the front end crumples. And a lot of times they cut that out, but they left a little bit more of it in this particular jump, which everybody cringes to see that. But I don't know why. I kind of like to see that as well.
Towards the end of the episode, Uncle Jesse has to start getting things lined up. And one of those things is to get Cletus aboard. And he pulls Cletus out of a diner while he's eating lunch. And Cletus is eating this.
My favorite, country fried spaghetti.
I don't care if it's your lunch hour. I got my bail money and I want the boys.
What is country fried spaghetti?
I don't have a clue. I'm guessing like if it has meatballs in it, then maybe it's battered and fried meatballs. Maybe
like an interesting fair food. Take a big ball of spaghetti and meat sauce and kind of, with some starch in it so it'll hold itself together. And like you said, batter it and drop it in the hot oil of heaven and let it crisp up a little bit, then walk around and chew on it. Oh, yeah.
Here's something we couldn't do 3 years ago. I asked Gemini AI, what is country fried spaghetti? Country fried spaghetti refers to a method of preparing spaghetti in a skillet with oil or butter to develop crispy browned edges in a style that resembles a stir fry or frittata. It's a popular quick... Yeah, I think it's just spaghetti with like stir fry noodles.
You have to say that with your pinky up in the air?
I don't know. That's what it says there. Frittata.
I'm having a frittata.
I mean, that's what it says.
Frittata on my tatas.
What?
Carry on.
All right. Uncle Jesse has to get Cletus in order. Cletus is sent out to chase Santa Claus's driving trucks. The big thing that Bo, Luke, and Cooter do is they decide to rob the truck of trees back. And their goal is that they're going to deliver them to all of the people that ordered them in the first place. So they're not really stealing. They're returning. Right?
They're making good on their purchase.
Cooter arranges for them to have 3 identical Ford F-150 long beds.
Yeah.
That are apparently stick shifts because they launch pretty bad at times. And you can see the wheel lugging and the axle hopping. And they each are in Santa suits. And they each have CB nicknames. Do you know their CB Christmas handles?
Wasn't one like Blitzen?
Yep.
Duke? Something Blitzen.
Blitzen is Luke. Who's Cooter?
Not Rudolph.
That's Bo.
Okay.
For some reason, he's Dancer. So Cooter's Dancer, Luke is Blitzen, and Bo is Rudolph.
So he starts off as a Boy Scout, never becomes a mechanic on this episode, but then becomes a dancer.
Yeah.
Put it that way, yeah.
When Uncle Jesse calls them when they're driving trucks, he calls them the bearded sheep.
The bearded sheep, yeah.
Everything in this thing is Christmas-fied.
Yeah.
When they need to give answers, they say, good luck, Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. It's always just a little bit more. The colors in this are mostly green and red. They decorate everything. It's the same thing that they do in Home Alone. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Home Alone backdrop where they talk about how they reimagined the inside of the Home Alone house. They put up like green and red wallpaper. Everything was supposed to be Christmas themed. And I would say that this episode is. It starts with Silent Night. Uncle Jesse's conducting the choir. He gets discriminated against by the town because they think his boys are stealing trees. Mm-hmm. And they send the only African-American kid in the choir to tell him like, hey, we can't be on this anymore. We can't be with your kind.
Yeah.
And he reacts like he should. What
does he say?
kindness.
Like, let's go get some hot chocolate or talk about it, or I forgot what he said.
And the boy, he just feels crushed because he wants the choir. He wants to keep going. The only thing that does get a little confusing is when Luke, I think he goes to the same house twice to deliver trees to this two different families. It's kind of a weird.
Was it the same camera angle though?
I don't know.
Surely they had access to some more fake houses, even if they had to have gone on the Warner Brothers lot and just pick one of the houses.
You know what? I just looked. I am wrong. It was 2 different houses. I take back that comment. That was wrong of me. I am sorry, Luke. You were right. Here's one more comment from Waylon that just kind of cracked me up.
Okay, now the Andersons will be the last place I have to deliver.
Hey, look, how are we going to deliver them trees without anybody recognizing us?
We all going to be dressed up like Santa Claus.
Hey.
6 Santa Clauses? Where are they going to get 48 tiny reindeer?
Did Tom say Sandy Claus?
That's what he says.
Sandy Claus.
Sandy Claus. They do their heist by dressing up as Santa Clauses, and they throw a smoke bomb in the bank to get Boss confused so they can steal his truck and get away. The smoke bomb is smoke that you would use to flavor, like smoked meat.
Yeah.
The brand is Flav Smoke. They have several people say that. Flav Smoke. Flav smoke. I was curious. Is flave smoke a real thing? Well, it is. But it's a different kind of smoke.
Flavor Flav smoke.
More in that lane. Yes. The website you go to purchase it does say, are you over 18?
Yeah.
That's where you start. Google it if you're interested. Otherwise, no, it's not for smoking meats. The episode does end, though, with the message of Christmas, which is forgiveness. So Boss Hogg and Roscoe are saying goodbye, and the Dukes have invited Roscoe over for Christmas. And they have the whole spread at the Duke farm. And that's everything as a kid when I would watch, like, man, I bet that's what a real family Christmas is like. You know, turkey and rolls and candles and everything. And they're like trimming the tree. Boss Hogg finally shows up, sad and alone, and big fistful of presents. And he just wants to be welcomed in. And they welcome him in. And here's what I saw new for the first time. When Uncle Jesse opens the door to see Boss, there's snow falling. It's very faint, and it's a few flakes, but there is snow falling. I wonder if they were going to do a lot more. But as soon as he opens the door, well, it's JD, welcome, then he sees snow behind him.
Really?
And then, of course, the episode has the classic ending. I think we'll just go ahead and play the whole thing here. You won't find this in the YouTube video, but it is in the audio edit.
Merry Christmas, Flash. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, JD.
Hello, Jesse. I was just wondering if you all could spare a little Christmas cheer for one of your fellow citizens. Namely me.
JD, you just get yourself in here. Merry Christmas, JD. Hey, everybody, look. Look who come to see us.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's me. Merry Christmas, everybody. And God bless us, everyone.
Oh, boss, why don't you join in with us? Come on, everybody, let's do Deck the Halls.
All right. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La, 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 la.
Shh. Listen. Did you boys put bells on Maudine the mule?
No, sir.
Do you reckon?
'Tis the season to be jolly.
Listen, now don't laugh. If it could happen anywhere, it would happen in Hazzard County.
I love the part right after they're wondering, and then Roscoe goes, goo, goo.
That ending right there, it was perfect for this particular episode because it gives you that like warm, fuzzy feeling of Christmas. So the fact that there's no General Lee much at all, that kind of makes up for it in the end because it did its job. Told the story of Christmas, basically.
And while you hear the sleigh bells, you're outside the farm looking in. You see the General Lee and a couple cars sitting there. And it's a dark shot. It's supposed to be at night. And it kind of looks like the right front fender's smashed in a little bit. Maybe it's a shadow or something. I don't know if it's a reused image, but I've always kind of just treasured this one episode. Now, it's the only Christmas episode out of the 7 seasons of the Duke. This is it. There's no more.
The only other thing that's kind of remotely close would be when they were filming in Georgia and you could see Christmas on the town square just by happenstance.
Oh, because of the time of year they would just happen to be filming.
That was like High Octane, I believe it was. They're doing their scene in front of the courthouse, and off in the distance, the lampposts are decorated for Christmas. There was no Christmas tie-in, but other than this episode, that's the only thing that you see anything remotely close to Christmas.
This was a day and age when most series had a theme, like they were tied to the holidays. Most series had a Christmas one every year. This one, it's just a standalone. It's a standalone episode. You don't really need to know anything about the Dukes before or after to watch this one. I already gave it my rating, 10 Christmas tree Little Debbie cakes. Corndog, what do you give it?
Yeah, even though there's not much on the General Lee and stunts and all, but I still give it a good solid 9.5.
How about you, Bern? You didn't watch it, but you're aware of it.
I'm aware of it. I did watch it before. I just did not get to rewatch it for real this time for the episode. I'm kind of with you. I'm 9.5, but I'm a Dolly Madison. man. So Dolly Madison snack cakes.
Okie dokie. That wraps up the one and only Dukes of Hazzard Christmas review. Now, if you want to go hear some of our other classic episodes, go to themusclecarplace.com and look at the Kibbe Friends Show. We have reviewed Christmas Comes to Willow Creek, starring John Schneider and Tom Wopat, just after the Dukes of Hazzard ended. That was a made-for-TV Hallmark movie before Hallmark.
Yeah, they were truck drivers, and they had beards.
Yeah. Anyway, Bern, anything else before we go?
How about a Chuck Norris Christmas joke?
Sure.
Santa Claus once forgot to get a present for Chuck Norris. You may have read about this in the papers. Chuck Norris gave him just one phone call and straightened the whole thing out. Now Chuck Norris has a Christmas present every day, even through Christmas in July. Not a great joke.
Apparently not. It just seems like a correction.
More of a course correction, yeah.
We'll be back next week with one more regular broadcast episode for 2025 for you. If you would like to, you can join us on Patreon for a little bit more for Toys for Tots. Patreon.com/KFShow is where you go. Please leave a rating if you get this in Apple Podcasts. You can also find it here on YouTube. Share it on your social channels if you would. That's a great way to get the word out. When you buy something from Holly, tell them thank you. When you buy something from Ron Francis, tell them thank you. When you buy something from National Parts Depot, tell them thank you. That's it, fellas. We out. Good for this week?
Oh, yeah.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. All right. See you.
Merry Christmas.
The Kibbe and Friends Show. Brought to you by our good friends at Holly Performance. Click the link on our show page and visit holly.com for everything air, fuel, and performance related for your ride. Connect with us on the socials and at patreon.com/KAFS. See you next week. Later on.
Friends, you're looking at a Hazzard County white Christmas. Because that's as white as it's going to get. It was a good time. The crops were in and the cattle were out. It was a time for carols and words of good cheer. It was a time for giving. That is, except for old Boss Hogg. Of course, he was always in for taking.
My favorite, country fried spaghetti.
I don't care if it's your lunch hour. I got my bail money and I want the boys.
All right, Uncle Jesse. But I have to say, I'm mighty surprised at Bo and Luke.
First off, I ain't your Uncle Jesse. And secondly, you know as well as I do that Bo and Luke wouldn't steal nothing.
Okay. Thank you, H.C. They left the Christmas tree farm, Central City, over an hour ago.
Oh, here you do. Get over the boar's nest and do a swab job. The water there's reaching the high water mark. Yeah, you can hang 10. Hold it right there. Just freeze it right there. Just move it over there. I'm commanding this. Come on, I'm taking this vehicle over. I'm in hot pursuit. Come on out here. Come out here.
It's the night before Christmas. All through the jail.
Hey, we got you. I ain't saying that Bo and Luke hijacked. What I'm saying is that, well, you know, it looks kind of funny, what with all the evidence that Boss got.
Not to mention the word of a man of the cloth. Much as I never, but never, thought that Bo and Luke Duke would ever stoop so low as to hijack the town's Christmas trees. Facts is facts. Right, Reverend?
No offense to you, Reverend, but I know my cousins are innocent.
Well, it don't make no difference what nobody thinks. We still ain't got no trees for Christmas.
Did you get the money?
Yeah, but nothing to compare with that old geezer's got sitting in the safe, just aching to be plucked. I'm going to drop you boys off at a place called the Boar's Nest, and I'll call you there.
Oh, where are you going?
Central City. I got a little Christmas shopping to do.
Hey, Otis J. Where's the rest of the choir?
Well, their folks won't let them Christmas carol for a Duke no more.
Oh, So that's the way it is, huh? Well, leastways you showed up.
I was the one that made come tell you. Uncle Jesse, we don't have a Christmas tree anyway. And if you'll sing lead, I'll sing harmony.
Well, I don't think that'd quite get it, Jay. Tell you what we better do. We better go on over to the pharmacy and get ourselves a hot chocolate.
You said it yourself, Uncle Jesse.
I did?
Sure. Scrooge Hogg. Remember in Dickens' Christmas Carol how them ghosts from the different Christmases came back to haunt it? They scared him so much they made him a changed man.
Well, Boss Hogg takes a nap every afternoon at 4:30.
It ain't midnight, but it might work.
Well, that's all well and good, but where are you going to get your ghosts? That might work.
Okay, now the Andersons will be the last place I have to deliver.
Hey, look, how are we gonna deliver them trees without anybody recognizing us?
We all gonna be dressed up like Santa Claus.
Hey.
6 Santa Clauses? Where are they going to get 48 tiny reindeer?
And who? Lost who? Santa Claus. He stole the boss's Christmas trees.
Santa Claus did? Well, it ain't the real Santa Claus.
No, it ain't the real one.
What am I saying?
You said it wasn't the
I know what I said.
While Willie and the boys started to open up their Christmas present early, Bo and Luke and Cooter continued to spread Christmas cheer, and Boss and Roscoe and Cletus all around Hazzard County.
Merry Christmas. We see you about midnight then.
Is that a promise?
That there's a promise.
You're not supposed to open your Christmas present before Christmas. It's just a little present from Flash and me.
A Christmas Carol?
Yeah.
By who?
A little...
Charles Dickens.
Yeah, little Charlie Dickens.
Never heard of him.
Oh, well, Mrs. Perkins down there at the bookstore said that was a Christmas classic. Good.
Humbug. Let's you and me get ourselves some beer.
Boss, I'd just love to, but I gotta go out to the Duke farm. Now, you're not gonna believe this, but after all that happened, that Duke family's done bought Flash a Christmas present.
They did?
Yeah, and she just can't wait to see what it is. I can't either. Oh, boss. Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
You Merry Christmas, little fat buddy. Oh, I just can't wait to see what it is. I bet it's a doozy.
And with Lulu away, old Boss was as lonely as old Whalen on the night of the Country Music Association Awards. Well, Boss began to read about old Ebenezer Scrooge, the meanest, stingiest, and uncaringest person in the whole wide world. He read about what Scrooge had done to his former partner, Marley.
Yeah.
To Bob Cratchit, and, of course, to Tiny Tim.
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, Spirit," said Scrooge, "tell me if Tiny Tim will live." "I see a vacant seat," replied the ghost.
He read about the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas future.
Dancer to Blitzen, Dancer to Blitzen. Got a blizzard on my tail, my sled's out of presents, and I need a great big ho, ho, ho. Come on.
Ho, ho, ho! This here's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Duke calling Blitzen. I done made all my rounds. Head back to Santa's Village, Rudolph. Dancer, you got your ears on?
Got my ears on, my sled's empty, and I'm heading for the pole. I'm gone.
Well, let's all go home. And a Merry Christmas to one and all.
Out of there, let's go. Let's go, you merry men. Just come on out of there, let's go.
Well, Boss had a mighty tough decision to make. He could order Roscoe to arrest the 3 Santas who had stolen his trees, that he had stolen from them. Or he could order the arrest of the 3 who had stolen the trees that had just been stolen from him after he had stolen... well, you get the idea.
Look here.
What really made up Boss's mind was Jesse showing him the sacks of money that had been stolen from Boss's safe while he was off chasing Bo, Luke, and Cooter.
Roscoe, these Santa Clauses, these are the ones. Oh.
And so all charges against the Dukes were dropped. Christmas Eve came to Hazzard. That is, everywhere in Hazzard but the Boar's Nest.
It says, Merry Christmas, Flash. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, J.D. Hello, Jesse. I was just wondering if you all could spare a little Christmas cheer for one of your fellow citizens, namely me.
JD, you just get yourself in here. Merry Christmas, JD. Hey, everybody, look. Look who come to see us.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's me. Merry Christmas, everybody. And God bless us, everyone.
Oh, boss, why don't you join in with us? Come on, everybody, let's do Deck the Halls.
All right. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La, 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 la.
Shh. Listen. Did you boys put bells on Maudine the mule?
No, sir.
Do you reckon?
'Tis the season to be jolly.
Listen, now don't laugh. If it could happen anywhere, it would happen in Hazzard County.
Fa la 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 la.